Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, May 11th, 2016. My name is Cliff Backus, and this is your pushbuttonstocktrading.com daily video market review. Let's get started this morning with our spectrum analyzer. It's important that we identify where the leadership in the market is. To that end, we use HGSI, High Growth Stock Investors Spectrum Analyzer, to identify market leadership on a daily basis. Yesterday, of the top 100 most powerful stocks in the most powerful industry groups, 10 came from packaged foods, 7 came from application software, 5 came from defense primes, 5 came from consumer finance, and rounding out the top 5, we had internet entertainment content. We've been seeing a little bit of entertainment content recently. Defense primes have been very powerful as well. Lately, we've been seeing some packaged food and application software. These may be good places to look for leadership in this market. Let's start today with the Russell 2000. We've been noting recently that the Russell 2000 appears to be the key to the market going forward here. Notice how last Friday we pulled back and tested the 50-day moving average. We show the 50-day moving average here in red, and we held that area. I think that's fairly important. We want to see if the Russell is able to continue to hold that 50-day moving average, but more importantly, able to decisively take out resistance up here in the 1140 area. Yesterday was a good day for the Russell. We were up 10.5 points, or just under 1%. Small caps are the key to the market. The Russell is a small cap index, and I think that if we can take out that 1140 area with some enthusiasm, that this market may carry higher and may carry on to new highs. If we balk at 1140, then we come back and we see if this 50-day moving average will hold. Let's see what the NASDAQ Composite's up to. But before we do that, stocks closed sharply higher yesterday on mixed volume. Trade was heavier on the NASDAQ, but lighter on the New York Stock Exchange, and the market continues to struggle for direction. The good news for the bulls is that the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000 appear to have found support at their 50-day moving averages. The bad news is the NASDAQ balked at resistance at its 50-day moving average yesterday. Our distribution count remains stubbornly high, with 8 days in the past month for the NASDAQ and 7 days for the S&P 500. The S&P will lose a distribution day after the market closed today due to age. The older distribution gets, the less relevant. So we remove days from our count when they're a month old. The S&P's April 11th distribution day will be removed after the close tonight. According to investors.com, the current market outlook remains an uptrend under pressure. Meanwhile, our market timing model is on a buy signal for the S&P 500, while the NASDAQ is on a sell signal. A buy signal on the S&P indicates that conservative traders can buy, but we shouldn't be increasing margin at this point. A sell signal on the NASDAQ indicates that aggressive traders should be off margin and can sell short. We should sell any long position that, if sold at current stop levels, would result in a loss. All stops should be at their tightest levels on all positions. Conservative traders may want to hedge their portfolios with contra ETFs, exchange-traded funds. Advancing issues bettered decliners by about 13 to 4 yesterday. New highs bettered new lows. According to our Ramosi ratio, large capitalization stocks edged small again yesterday and are now outperforming on a 10-day moving average basis. Bulls would prefer to see small caps outperform. The market appears to be struggling to define short-term direction. As long as the S&P and the Russell continue to respect their 50-day moving averages, bulls may want to begin to look for long-side opportunities. That noted, this is still not a safe market for the bulls. Our distribution count is uncomfortably high, and our market timing model on the NASDAQ and unofficially the Russell 2000 remain on sell signals. So be careful and maintain your stops at their tightest levels. Okay, yesterday, the NASDAQ Composite was up 59.67 points, or just over 1.25%. We closed at 48.09, and importantly, we balked at the 50-day moving average. Notice how we came up, we touched the 50-day, and we couldn't get above that. It'll be important to see whether the NASDAQ can take out its 50-day moving average today or in the next few trading sessions. The current struggle between good and evil right now appears to be between the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000, which have both found support at their 50-day moving averages, and the NASDAQ Composite, which seems to be finding resistance there. Trading volume on the NASDAQ yesterday was higher than the prior day, but a little bit below average. For you followers of William O'Neill, we are currently on an uptrend under pressure. We've been on an uptrend in the NASDAQ since February 18th. Currently, we have 8 distribution days on the NASDAQ. They're all clustered in the middle of the past month, and this area right here appears to be fairly free of distribution. I think that's a good sign. We'll see how the market reacts today. But it's this distribution that keeps our uptrend under pressure. Right now, the NASDAQ appears to be bracketed by resistance at its 50-day moving average. If we were to break through that area of resistance, our next significant level of resistance is up here in the 4900 area. Support is down here in the 4506 range. Our market timing model on the NASDAQ is on a sell signal. In order for the NASDAQ to go back to a buy signal from its sell signal, we want to see it take out this upper envelope. This envelope is a 1% envelope around the 21-day exponential moving average, which we show in pink. We also want to see the 10-day simple moving average, which we show in green, trending higher, and we want to see the 21-day exponential moving average also trending higher. So we've got some work to do to get back to a buy signal on the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at what the S&P 500's up to. Yesterday, the S&P was up 25.7 points, or exactly 1.25%. We closed at 2084, closed right at the high for the day, which is a short-term bullish indication. The NASDAQ the S&P 500 last week came down, tested its 50-day moving average, and held. That's encouraging to the bulls. Trading volume yesterday was well below average and well below its prior day. We would have preferred to see on a 1.25% up day higher trading volume. The S&P 500 is in an uptrend under pressure. We have 7 distribution days, but as noted, this distribution day is a month old, and we will remove it from our count at the close of business today. Still, that leaves us with 6 distribution days. 6 distribution days is a lot of distribution, but it should also be noted that we haven't seen a lot of distribution over the past week, which is a bullish indication as well. This is a market that's struggling for direction. Right now, the S&P is bracketed by support down here in the 2044 area, and I would say support at the 50-day moving average. I would think that the 50-day moving average right now is more critical support than the 2044 area. And we have resistance up here in the 2116 range. The S&P 500 remains on a buy signal. Before we go, I've got 3 stocks that I want to take a real brief look at. First is Saber Corporation. Saber provides end-to-end technology solutions for a broad range of travel suppliers and buyers located around the world. The stock has been working on this kind of oddly shaped cup with handle base This is a first stage base with a pivot point up here in the 29.76 range. Saber gets a 72% checklist rating, and yesterday it traded higher trading volume than any down day in the past 10 trading sessions. That's our definition of a pocket pivot. Note how the stock yesterday found support. It's kind of hard to see in this jumble of activity, but it found support at its 10-day simple moving average and its 21-day exponential moving average. Held support in that level or in that area and bounced higher. We have a nice first stage base in Saber, and the pocket pivot gives us an opportunity to get into the stock a little ahead of the breakout. Saber may be of interest to aggressive traders here, keeping in mind that the NASDAQ is on a sell signal. And so if you do get into any position, you want to keep your stops at their tightest levels. The last couple of stocks I want to take a look at are probably good stocks for our more conservative traders. The first is Lowe's Companies, which operates 1,840 Lowe's and Orchard's home improvement supply stores in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Stock has been working on this cup and handle base. It's kind of a classic cup and handle base. It looks a little deep on this chart, but it's really only 20% deep, and 20% is just about a perfect cup with handle. This is a first stage base. We have a pivot point of 77.63. Lowe's gets a 64% checklist rating, but as a more conservative stock, we're not really concerned about the checklist rating as much as we might have been with a more aggressive. Yesterday, Lowe's traded heavier trading volume than any down day in the past 10 trading sessions. The stock found support at its 21-day exponential moving average, which we show in pink, and its 10-day simple moving average, which we show in green. Held that area and put in a nice pocket pivot, which gives us the opportunity to get into Lowe's a little bit in advance of its pivot point. Lowe's may be of interest to very conservative traders here. The next one that I want to take a look at, Kraft Heinz, is also going to be of interest to conservative traders. You know, in reviewing Kraft Heinz Company, again, I'm not really sure that I want to talk about it today. That's about all I have for today. If you want to talk about any of the stocks mentioned today or any of our market strategies, please feel free to give me a call, drop me an email, or make an appointment. Come by the office, see what we're up to. Contact information is on the home page. Please take a minute to go to our subscription page and subscribe to Push Button Stock Trading. You can also follow us on Twitter at PushButtonStock. Again, my name is Cliff Backus. That's your daily video market review. Have a safe and profitable day. Keep your stops in place, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay tuned for our important disclaimers. All the best. Disclaimers. Push Button Stock Trading Video Market Review is produced and edited by Clifford B. Backus. Mr. Backus is a Senior Vice President of Investments, Technical Analyst, Portfolio Manager, and Partner with the investment firm of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated. Video Market Review is produced solely for the benefit of our clients, friends, and colleagues. Anything written, stolen, and/or plagiarized in this publication is done without malice. Further, the analysis and opinions expressed in this publication are strictly those of the editor and not of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or any of the officers or employees of Ohanneson Liqueurs, Inc. On that note, we submit the following. The analysis, calculations, and evaluations presented herein are based on data and assumptions Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated believes to be accurate. Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated makes no representation that such analysis or calculations are accurate or that such valuations represent levels at which actual trades may occur. This report has been prepared from original sources, except where otherwise noted, and data we believe to be reliable. Ohannes & Liqueurs, Inc., its affiliates and subsidiaries, and or their officers and employees or their families may from time to time acquire, hold, or sell a position in the securities mentioned herein. Moreover, opinions may differ from one entity to the next. If we are used in connection with the purchase or sale of any security discussed in this report, we may act as principal for our own account or as agent for both the buyer and the seller. Push-button stock trading is dedicated to the education of friends, clients, and paid subscribers. Push-button stock trading is an information service only. The information provided herein is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell stocks of any kind. Push-button stock trading is created to aid subscribers in making informed investment decisions based wholly or in part on technical analysis. It's possible that at this time or some subsequent date, the editors of push-button stock trading may own, buy, or sell the investments presented. All investors should consult a qualified professional before making any investment. The information provided has been obtained from sources deemed to be reliable, but it is not guaranteed as to the accuracy or completeness. The editors of Push-Button Stock Trading make every effort to provide timely information to subscribers, but cannot guarantee specific delivery times due to factors beyond our control.